Jed was here. Would you say he's the founder?
Jed is most definitely the founder.
He's the godfather.
He's the godfather of GT140s.
Yeah, he's the main man.
Then we better have a chat to the founder. We have Jed Rolfe. Of course, I used to see you coming down to Swindon on a regular basis, racing in the modern classes, and then pre-75s, I think. But now, a completely different class, and you're the founder, so tell us all how it all started.
Well, it started about 3 years ago. I happened to be running with the club that I run with my wife, and one of our riders was saying that the 500 club might not be running because of lack of entries, and I just said, well, would it be an idea to run one of our classes? Could we get on? It was something that I wanted to try and get into, and somebody spoke to Sean, and Sean said, how many riders could we get on the line? And I said I could definitely get 8, but hopefully 10, and which is what we did. We managed to get 10. So he said, well, what are we going to call it? So I thought, well, Grasstrack GT140. So we did the meeting, and within sort of 2 of us doing 2 heats, we'd had 2 other promoters coming up and asked if we'd run it their club. So it's really gone on from there. Tried to take it up to Worcester, and Ledbury let us run. So over the last 3 years, I've sort of moved around up and down, getting it going. So like Trevor said, there's over 50 riders, and it's growing all the time. And we've got good rider. I only thought it would only be the older gentlemen that never got a chance to have a go at Grasstrack, and but you get riders like Rob Fortune, a very accomplished Grasstrack and speedway riders, coming here and doing it. It's amazing, really. So, and to be able to come down here to ride this awesome track for our class, I'm quite looking forward to seeing how they go, and it will be interesting to know what the supporters and that think of it down here, because I think it's a little bit bigger track than what we've been on.
Is this the biggest track you've raced on?
Yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think I've got to use 4th gear today, so yeah. So yeah, it is a lot bigger. So it should be close. It should be exciting. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's a pleasure to be here. So yeah, that's about it.
Now you've got so many names coming into it, like Chris Mackett, Glyn Stanton, Mark Collins from up my way. You've got these riders coming into the sport. There must be lots of people that haven't seen this form of racing here today. How do they go about starting? Do you get the engines yourself in bulk, or how does anybody go about starting up for GT140s for next year?
Oh, well, myself, I mean, I just 2 chassis that I had at home. And as I say, running the club that I run, we just put the 140 engines. You just buy them stock in a box. They come with a carburettor, a manifold, all the electrics, and all you have to do is just get the engine plates and bolt it in, and away you go. And we just run the Grasstrack rules with wheels and everything, and it's just Grasstrack. So yeah, basically £370, you've got an engine. They're up and running.
Are you all in one club, a GT140 club, or do you are affiliated to other clubs? How is that?
Well, I'm a 500 club member, so you obviously you have to be a member of a club to be able to get an ACU licence. So no, the GT40s have not got their own club. We're just riders that belong to all the different Grasstracks clubs up and down the country, just to get the ACU licence. So, but we're just very fortunate that so many of the clubs now are running the class,
So when you started it, first of all, did you go to the likes of Sean and Trevor and some of the other riders and say, this is what I fancy doing, what do you think?
Well, no, like I said to you earlier, it just started, the 500 club was short, and they let me get 10 blokes together and do the meeting, and the rest of it is history. And I'd like to add that out of the 10 blokes that started that day, I'm the only one here today that is original. So the others, they're all new boys. So
that's why they just called you the Godfather.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's what they call me. Yeah. Amongst other things. Yeah.
So they'll let you stay ahead of them, will they?
Oh yeah, they're the boys. Yeah, just look out for them.
So, looking at all the riders, right, that are riding today, who's favourite to win this gold trophy then?
Well, not me, for sure.
Carl is he?
And I ain't going to say nothing. I've got my thoughts in my head, but there's two or three riders that I've not seen ride yet, so it's not fair for me to say until I've seen them ride a race.
Very diplomatic.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Lovely to see the GT140s here. Well done. John Bryant, and you used to always have on the front of your machine, not Jim. So does that mean some of the commentators used to call you Jim in days gone by?
I was always called Jim in the motorcycle news and motorcycling, and I got fed up with it, so I just put that on my bike. Thought, well, if they don't know now, they never will.
Now, when you used to race, Alan Burdett used to race.
That's right, yeah.
And he's now back out on a bike. Are we going to see you on a bike?
I'm a lot older than him. I'm in 2 weeks' time, I'm 85. I don't think I'll be riding it.
Well, it's good to see you here today, because you were mostly Eastern Centre, weren't you?
Yes, yeah, Alan was, wasn't he? Alan Burdett was riding me. He came along about halfway through my career. Alan, he was later on in my time, you know.
Well, back in the 1960s, I never used to get down to the Eastern Centre or the South East because there were so many race meetings just in my own area up in Wessex and Western and South Western, etc. So I've seen lots of pictures of you, but this is the first time I've seen you without your helmet on.
Well, that bloke at the gate, he said, I remember you, you were the first sidecar rider I ever saw with his head under the handlebars, going round corners. I said, oh, was I?
How many years did you race for?
13.
13 or 30?
13.
Oh, blimey, that's quite a while then.
I started as a passenger, and I thought, no, I want to be in control.
And that was it?
That was it.
So do you still come and watch on a regular basis?
Well, this time Graham sent me a couple of tickets. Graham. What's his bloody name? Anyway, yeah.
Mick Noakes?
No,
Graham Hurry?
Graham Hurry, yeah, and Paul. Graham and Paul. He always sends me a couple of complimentaries, but my son's supposed to come with me today, but he had a bit of trouble at home, so he couldn't make it. So.
Well, it's good to see you. I'm glad you made yourself known to me.
That's all right. I was looking for Alan. You don't know where he went. You don't know where Alan Burdett went then?
I've seen Eddie Blacks here from the South Midlands.
I think I might see him in hospitality or something like that.
Right. Anyway, good to see you, John.
What are you doing before and after?
Right, we've got the passenger here, first of all. We got Ray Andrews, and that's correct?
Yep,
Yep, that's right.
You're right
and
there.
you were a passenger to Alan 40 years ago, weren't you?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah. We used to come down here, fantastic centre, always has been for us, like when we were racing. It was our top centre to come down to.
Yes, because you won the South Eastern Centre and the Eastern Centre Championships, didn't you?
Yep, done that. Here comes Alan.
Yeah, so he obviously is a very good driver because he hasn't been on a bike for 40 years, yet he's got you out of retirement to be the passenger, which is amazing.
Well, he just come up to the care centre where I have to live and said, well, can I take him out for the day? And I've ended up here.
Did the care centre let you out?
Yeah, as long as I'm in by 6. I've got to be in by 6 tonight again.
So you've got to be home by 6?
Yeah, definitely.
Hang on, you come from Essex. You'll be in trouble. So, Alan Burdett.
Yes, Dave.
So what's the situation? Are you going to be racing today?
Oh, I hope so, but there's a lot of little jobs to do. Little things are not quite right because we came along here not knowing exactly the regulations, so we're a little bit off, but we're hoping to get it all sorted shortly.
Brilliant. You went out just now, I saw you practicing, and you weren't hanging about, were you?
Yeah, just getting a feel of it. It's a bit longer. We did have a little field we practiced in a couple of weeks ago, which was half the length, and this is twice the length. So the engine pulls, and it seems to go okay. So yeah, so far so good.
So what are you actually racing as? Is it Triumph?
It's a Triumph 650. Actually, in the day, with the 650 engine, the Shorrock supercharger, the Stromberg carburetor, exactly as we had 40 years ago.
Is it the same bike, same engine?
No. Everything's from eBay.
Right.
Bought recently.
So next year, are you going to be travelling all over the UK in the old and new sidecars?
Probably not, because we'll have to evaluate it, and our spouses would have some consideration in that area. And of course the care home, that, you know, they only let him out occasionally.
Well, if you went down to Cornwall, where it's quite prominent, you'd
Yeah.
never get him home in time for the care home.
They're all care homes down there, so we'd be
Oh, we'd book him into one of them.
he'd be fitting. And he got the seaside as well, fresh air.
Definitely. How old are you now, Alan?
Pretty old.
Not committing yourself?
Yeah, just under the 70 mark.
Just under the 70 mark.
Yeah, we're the same age. We've known each other for 55 years.
So you've known each other 55 years.
Yes.
How did you find him to be your passenger in the first place?
Well, we went to school together.
Oh, right.
So we built the bike out of our pennies we were earning at the time and put it together, and that's how we started.
Now, you came down to the South Eastern Centre a lot from the Eastern Centre. Have you seen many people today that remember you from days gone by?
They just keep coming up. Don't know where they come from. There's all kinds. Most of them I don't remember, which is rather embarrassing. So, yes, but they just keep turning up. New and old faces.
Fantastic. Well, you have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, Dave.
And we look forward to seeing you on the racetrack, both of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And congratulations on your South Eastern Centre Championship win all them years ago.
Yes, it was a long, long time ago.
Thanks very much, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you.
Just actually crashing that. They said, "Oh, can you sort of do the passenger out?" I was sort of half working at the time, so I just took the car took me up straight away. So yeah, I do.
We're going to chat to you both for everybody here today, plus also Bob's DVD as well. Shall we start with you, Zach? New European champion, having a good season on the grass. Come this way a bit. I'm losing a bit of signal. There we are. So having a good season on the grass.
Yeah, it's going good. So enjoying it. I left the Speedway after for the year and just to do a bit more grass track, and yeah, it's gone well.
Well, you've now won the Masters. You've won the European. What's your ambition now?
Probably just to get into the world long track. So yeah, something like that, and do more meetings abroad. Obviously, with the European, that helped out with getting more contracts and that. So yeah, we all enjoy it. So that's what I want to do. So yeah.
Now, talking of Speedway, you packed up Speedway a few months ago, but are we coming out on this one? I think we just are. But I was surprised you gave up Birmingham because you had a good average there.
Yeah, no, I didn't really want to keep going in both. Obviously, I wanted obviously I wasn't just going to let one team down. So yeah, it was just something I think I had to do, get a bit more hunger if I want to get back into it and stuff. So yeah, I just wasn't really feeling it as I was riding. So yeah, if like I said, if I want to go back into it, and if I want to ride now, I can ride on the weekend. If I don't want to ride, I don't have to ride. So yeah, if I want to get back into it, then I always can.
Now, we're not going to lose you completely to the continent, are we? You're still going to do a few British grass tracks?
Yeah, a few of them. So yeah, only one more next weekend, and I'm finished, I think, for the year. So yeah, but no, yeah, it'll be grass track next year.
Now, you've been out practicing. What was it like? Okay.
Yeah, good track. It's always a good track here. It's smooth and that. So yeah, it was. I enjoy coming to this down here and stuff. So yeah, like I said, it's always good, and Graham and all that put a lot of effort in. So yeah, they deserve to have a good track. Now, I see you were talking here with Charlie just now. Were you giving him a few tips, were you?
No, it's the other way around.
Anyway, you have a fantastic day, Zach. I'll probably come and have a chat to you later.
All right, thanks, mate.
Thanks very much, Zach. And Charlie Powell, You look well relaxed there, you're waiting for racing to start. Some of them are walking the track, but you're not walking the track, just relaxing in the sunshine.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Just sitting around in the sun and wait, just enjoy it really.
So you've had a reasonable season. You won the British Masters qualifier down at Bristol, didn't you, as well? And rest of the season gone well?
Not too bad. Had a little bit of time out and then, just try and enjoy the last few meetings and see what happens next year.
Speedway, you still doing Speedway as well?
No, I didn't ride this year. Still got my bikes and practice. And
Concentrate on the grass?
Yeah, exactly, Trying to have a bit more concentration.
And does the track suit you out there today as well?
We'll see after the first ride.
Well, you can go and have a chat to Zach and see if you can figure out some extra tactics.
Yeah, so I said if I just follow you around, it'll be all right.
Thank you very much, Charlie.
Cheers, mate.
Have a good day. I think probably racing way before our Bob was doing his DVDs, because Bob's actually walking around while doing these interviews. And Eddie Black from the East Midlands, isn't it?
Yeah, Leicester. Yeah, I came down here in 1970. I did 2 meetings, both at Rhodes Minis. Had a great day. I love the track, and the faster the better. I enjoyed it. I finished 5th overall in the 3-leg competition. But I love it down here. It's brilliant. We did Eltham and all as well. That were a good track, fast track. Whereas the tracks up our end tend to be like racing around a goldfish bowl, a bit. And so we always had a good fling. And then I had to pack up because I was broke. I got a lot of money. So that finished that. And then 2 years later I got a bit of backing and went road racing for a few years. And enjoyed that too.
So what years were these, Eddie, when you were racing?
Grasstrack I did 2 years on that last bike, 69 and 70. And then 1 year I defended a Derbyshire Championship and re-won that. And then I packed up and I got married then, that was demanding. And then an old passenger, he was a shop fitter who was quite well off. He went and bought a bike off Robin Williamson of Oakham. He'd raced in the TT and we campaigned that for a couple of years. We had some good results. But then he bought a Koenig engine off Jeff Gawley, and I'm afraid that went in the bin, really. That were no good. So we called it a day again. But enjoyed it. Love the grass. The atmosphere's brilliant, isn't it? And meeting the old ones are cool. I've just seen Mick and 1 or 2 others.
Yeah, because I believe some of the veterans are going to be up in the marquee later, so you'll probably have a good old chinwag with some of them.
That's right. Mick's just said come in a bit. He's just got in there now. See who's there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm just sorry Gareth ain't here. I wish he'd have been here and seen him run with Mark. I've not seen it yet.
Well, it's going to be a fantastic day's racing, and of course for you, you're going to enjoy the old sidecars.
Love it. I've just been asked to build one with one of these 500 GS Suzuki engines in. I didn't think they'd stand it. I thought the crankcases might break with a sidecar loading. But I'm going to have a go. These lads, I've had a word with these lads and they say they're working all right.
You're going to have a go?
Yeah, I'm going to build them a bike, yeah.
That's fantastic, well done.
Yeah, so see how it goes.
Remember that name, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Black. He'll be on the Old New Sidecars next year.
Nice of you as well. Because it's from Wales, they're on different time schedules.
It's like sheep up there in beer.
In the field over there still, I've been trying to get out all morning.
We've got James Wright coming out to have a chat. And James, you've still got this Grasstrack bug. It's great to see you're still having a few meetings.
Yeah, I haven't really done too many meetings this year. This is probably my 5th of the year, so hopefully going to do a little bit more next year. Just had the wedding and that this year, so I didn't want to get injured and spend all that money and be there in a cast or something. So
today you've got what are you racing today?
I'm trying out the Godden engine today for the first time, so we'll see how that goes. It seemed pretty smooth in practice, but it's all down to the racing when it counts.
Your sort of track?
I like any kind of track really, but it's a nice big fast track. I think everyone enjoys it here, and hopefully the isn't too dusty today, and we can get a full meeting out of it.
Fantastic. Well, probably have a chat to you later. Have a great day.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thanks very much. James Wright. Of course, James is also a former National League and Premier League Speedway Riders champion. So, Robbie first, what's it like being passenger to your dad then?
Yeah, exciting. A bit different jumping on the back of Dad. So,
was that always your ambition to be the passenger? Because obviously you didn't start with him, but was that always the ambition to be a passenger for your dad?
Well, yeah, I've always wanted to ride with Dad. He's rode for many years now, so I've always wanted to be on the back and do a father-son combo. It's been good, yeah.
Brilliant. And how's he gone today out there? We'll have a chat to him in a minute.
Yeah, he feels he's not lost it, having a couple of years out, but yeah, he felt quick and we felt comfortable on the bike together.
And do you still live down in Cornwall or in Kent?
No, I've moved up to Kent now.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier for the racing instead of travelling hundreds of miles to go racing every weekend.
Of course. Well, Miles, I thought we'd lost you to road racing, but you came back.
Yeah, I did do a little bit on the road. I probably 20 years too late swapping, but what I'd done, I enjoyed it. We went around, had a little go at it. Every time I jumped on it, it rained, and I thought it's something saying, nah, this one ain't for you. But I did enjoy it, and lucky enough I had someone who wanted the bike, so we bought the bike, sold the bike. That's about it really.
And of course, now that your son is passenger, you could never retire now, can you?
No, that's right. We had a year out last year, and then obviously the kids have been brought up with it over the years, and Robbie said, oh, come on Dad, let's have a go and stuff. So we're really busy with work, and we got a lot of commitments, you know, in other things we do in life. So I said, well, I'll do a few Kent meetings, stay local, but obviously most of the good ones are in Kent this now, and so we don't really have to travel too far, thankfully.
Right. I see you've got quite a few sponsors on the front of your bike.
Yeah, we got one or two who helps us. Obviously, Glenn Baker, GB Baker Roofing, they help us. So we do. They, you know, he's a good friend as well. Greenbox Recycling, he helps us big time. Good friend of mine, Richard Monks. So yeah, we do what we can, obviously, and do a little bit ourselves. So nothing too serious, and we enjoy it. So.
And today you've been out practicing. What was it like?
Yeah, went out practice. Good practice. Track felt nice. Yeah, like the old track really. This track's been running a long time here. So, but they have left it off for a few years, and it felt good today. So, we'll see what happens.
Fantastic. Have a great day. I'll probably come and find you later to have a chat. See how you're getting on. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Ranley Atwood, and I think it's RANLEIGH.
Yes.
Is that right? Have I got that right?
Yes.
So when did you race?
1959 to 1966.
59 to 66.
Yes. Heyday Grasstrack. All the great riders: Alf Hagen, Don Godden, Tony Black, Martin Tatum. Anybody you can mention, I rode against.
Well, that's an amazing list you just mentioned that you used to race against.
Yeah, Reg Luckhurst, Malcolm Simmons. I've just bumped into Stan Luck, who went on to win the 350 title eventually.
Yeah, Stan's usually here, yeah.
Yeah, I won the Eastern Centre 500 title 1963, and I rode in Kent quite a lot. It was a challenge to ride against the best.
You only raced 7 years. Was there a reason for that?
Yeah, well, I started doing a mixture of scrambles and grass track, as people did in those days. And by the time I specialised in grass track, as I say, it was the mecca. The competition was very hot. Just to get into a final, and bearing in mind those days, 12-lap finals. And if you were an amateur, it took some doing.
Do you hear that, everybody? 12-lap finals. Should we go back to 12-lap finals? What do you think?
Well, if you finished in the first 6, you thought you'd done well against the sort of people I'm talking about. And I'm proud of what I did, but you say, why did I only do it for 7 years? The answer was I got married. I always said I'd pack it in if I got married. And I kept my word. and I'd got to that stage where I'd lost a bit of heart. I lost my dad, unfortunately, and he was quite a leading light to pushing me on, and it just seemed a good time to stop.
So Easter Centre champion, what year did you win that?
1963.
1963.
Long while ago now.
So where do you live these days?
Essex.
Essex. Oh, so do you get to many live grass tracks now?
When I can, yeah, but I mean, there's not that many these days, you know, sadly. And also, I had my entry returned twice, oversubscribed. Can you imagine that today?
I know when my brother was racing, if he didn't get the entry straight in,
right.
he used to get turfed out.
Yeah. I mean, it was common to have over 100 entries, and you know, I was told there was 19 riders today. You know, that's
fantastic. Have you seen anybody that remembers you racing today?
Well, Stan Luck, obviously. I haven't really seen anybody else. I've been looking round, but I was told Roger Dutton was coming.
I have heard he was coming, but haven't seen him yet.
I haven't seen him either.
So we'll look out for him.
Yes.
Yeah. So have a great day, and thanks for making yourself known to us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ranley.
Most of them are using pit bike engines, and leading them round is number 27. That's Danny Hogg that we normally see on 500 sidecars. 305 is Mark Collins, who I've seen on the 500 solos. Callum Vanston, I think you can see was a youngster from Pillsbury. And I will be honest enough to say to you, this is the first time that I've seen these 140s in action. As we now start to see a few of the 500s coming through. So Rodney McDonald ran very distinguished leathers. Aaron Butcher going past, number 72 giving us a wave. And that's Sean Harvey, of course, who we're used to seeing on the 500 sidecars. And a lot of names I'm sure, like me, you would recognise as you go down that list of 140s, as we now start to see the sidecars coming round. And I'm actually looking to see who's passengering for Tom Cossa. Andrew Appleton going past me. And Jody Hodgson. And great to see this man out riding again, Lester Donnell. And he gave me the insight into what engines and tyres and wheels and restrictions they've got in this 140 class. Now that's perhaps an interesting one. Mark Courtney has come round on his own. Now we did hear that Carl has broken down on the way here, so who's a passenger for Mark Courtney we don't know. We're picking up race by race. Local favourite, I'm sure, Red Wilson. Number 24 in the programme, and Terry Saunders passengering, of course. Number 41 in the 140 class is Jed Rolfe, who we've got to attribute to the fact that he was perhaps one of the instigators of starting this 140 class. And that looks to me like one of those new and old sidecars. We'll wait for the rest of the sidecars to come round. Chance for the marshals and first aid officials to get themselves in position. But one rider I'm sure you'll all recognise, number 98 in the new and old sidecar class, that's our old mate Joe Mogg. Good to see him out there. And Mr. Stallworthy keeps saying over my shoulder that I'm going out as passenger in the interval. I don't think so. Back to 1000cc sidecars, and good to see Miles Simmons here this afternoon. And as the last of the sidecars come round, hopefully marshals and officials, if you could take up your positions ready for racing to start. I'm particularly pleased to see Sidecar number 15, Matt Conroller and Darren Williams. They had a bit of a tumble a few weeks ago, and he's been visiting the gym regularly, and he tells me this morning that he is fit enough. We will see as the racing progresses this afternoon. And coming past me now is the new and old sidecars. That's number 18, Gary Parmenter and Michael Tottman. And I should say that it's the Kevin Parmenter Memorial Trophy that those guys will be racing for this afternoon. Gary himself putting a lot of work into this new and old class, which may on the surface of things be a bit confusing, but most of them are using old machinery that is pre sort of 76, 77 years. There's one or two old Triumphs out there, one or two 500 Suzukis. They can't go any bigger than 500 on the Maltese. But with 750s in the parallel twin old Triumphs, you'll see quite a few going round. And one rider that I was very pleased to see this morning, I remember racing against him far too many years ago, number 46. It didn't look like Liam Brown driving that, but it certainly looked like Kevin Bundock. 5th place goes to number 88. 6th place, 811. 7th place, 115. 8th place, number 8. 9th place, 13. 10th place, 27. And the winning time was 138.34. 138.34. Let's quickly give you those numbers again. 51, 305, 81, 56, 88, 811, 115, 8, 13 and 27. We're the second race and we stay with the GT140 class. One change in this one is that we see Paul Smith riding number 9. And it is Paul Smith that leads as they come down past me. A good gaggle of riders in that second place. Carl Rushton I can see going around the outside line and trying to get on the outside of Paul Smith as they both go up that back together. Carl Rushton around the outside. Has he got the better of the lines? Paul Smith still just with it, but Carl Rushton still with him. 68 is Chris Mackett that's staying close to those two, and those three really pulling away from the rest of the field. And it changes again as Carl Rushton tries that inside line on that big lane. The outside line. They're very much on par with each other in terms of power, and it's coming down to rider ability perhaps. But Carl Rushton has got in front of Paul Smith at the moment, but Paul's going for that outside line. Will he be that little bit quicker on the outside line, but he tucks in behind Carl as they go up that back straight. Right up to him. They're going to try to get the down this time. That was so pushing that top one. They're going to get the time. It is Carl Rushton that had to work his way for that win. Paul Smith in second. Chris Mackett finishing in third. So race 2 in your programme, we stay with the GT140s and a win there. Very impressive leaver number 63, Carl Rushton. In second place, number 9, the addition to the programme, Paul Smith. In third place, number 68, Chris Mackett. In fourth place, number 41, Jed Ralph. In fifth place, number 72, Sean Harvey. In sixth place, number 77, Ron Stewart. And in seventh place, number 777. Eighth place, number 7. 9th place 22, 10th place 180, 11th place 19, and the winning time 136.77, 136.77. Those numbers again, this was race 2 in your programme with the GT140s, 63, 9, 68, 41, 72, 77, 777, number 7, 22, 180, 19, And the winning time 1:36.77. So, first time this afternoon we go with the Old New Sidecars. And Mike Palmer it is that's making the best of it with Wayne Powell in the chair. And kind of makes me feel a bit guilty now because it looks so much slower now, but I'm sure we'll be quick in our day. Just a bit really making a scrap of it is that the boss here is Gary Parmenter that's making the best of it going into this bottom turn. It is indeed Gary Parmenter that's now got the lead from Mike Palmer, and Mike Palmer under pressure from number 98, Joe Mogg. He's sitting in third place, but Gary Parmenter, very, very determined this afternoon by the look of it, on that 500cc. Under that second place. Joe Mogg can't quite get it at the moment, he's having to tuck in behind in that third place. Oh, Mike Palmer, who had the early lead, you remember. He's hanging on to things in that second place, but Joe Mogg finds a gap through on the inside, and Joe Mogg now gets away in that second place, and now he's got the challenge to pass over the gap on the margin to make up. They'll see the last lap flag this time as they come round. Gary Parmenter very much in control, but Joe Mogg certainly closing the gap on him. I think this is going to be an interesting finish, because as we go down that top bend you can see that Joe Mogg is certainly closing the gap, but whether he's left it so will we check the flag this time as they come round? And Gary Parmenter and Michael Tottman take the first win for the new and old sidecars. Joe Mogg and Joe Smith take the second place. Mike Palmer hangs on to that third, and number 169 Chris Toole and Dylan Newton finish in fourth. So race 3 in your programme, and not everybody that was listed in the programme, but a good win for number 18 Gary Parmenter and Michael Tottman. In second place, number 98 was Joe Mogg and Joe Smith. In third place, number 46, Mike Palmer and Wayne Powell. And in fourth place, number 169, Chris Toole and Dylan Newton. The winning time was 1:57.71, 1:57.71, 18, 98, 46 and 169. Oh, there we go with the second of the Old and New Sidecars. And a good start by number 4, Alan Burdett and Ray Andrews. They really are on a traditional outfit. And 3 outfits together as they go around that way. Well, that little work done out to stay in front. Okay, come round that bottom turn. And as they come past me for the first time, he has lost that lead to number 72, Mark Courtney and Liam Torres. And Dave has just told me that Alan Burdett is out for his first meeting in the best part of 40 years. So, lost that early lead. Mark Courtney and Liam Torres look very, very comfortable in that lead. Have time to look over their shoulder. They can hear things going on behind them. In the 69, Brian Hatch and Lewis Wharton are holding that second place at the moment. There again, I've got Suzuki power. Wanting to see them get a little bit spread out now, as you can see that Mark Courtney has certainly made easy work of it and looks very much in control. Things are closing up to that second place though. I don't think that's going to stay the same as the 2 outfits get very, very close on that top turn. As we see the checker flag being made ready, it is a win for number 72 Mark Courtney and Liam Torres. Who's made the best of this scrap for second place? It is going to be number 46 Mike Patron. Oh, it's number 48 Liam Brown and Kieran Ivey. So, race 4 in the programme, it's new and old sidecars, and a win for number 72, Mark Courtney and Liam Torres. In second place, number 48, Liam Brown and Kieran Ivey. In third place, number 69, Brian Hatch and Lewis Rawton. In fourth place, number 4, that of course is Alan Burdett and Ray Andrews. The winning time was 149.66, 149.66. And indeed, if we look at those times, that's a much quicker time than race 3. But we now turn our attention back over to the solo start, because we see out for the first time, racing for the Malcolm Simmons Trophy, the 500cc Champion of Champions Solos. And if you look along the lineup of race 5, we see for the first time this afternoon Andrew Upperton, Paul Hurry, Theo Piper, Paul Whitelam Jr., Andrew Whittaker, Mark Giles and Stuart Mears. This promises to be much quicker than we've seen before this afternoon. Moving to that first corner, I can see Andrew Upperton has dropped into second place, but as they come round off that top turn, it is Paul Hurry that's got the lead. Andrew Upperton in second. And Paul Hurry setting a cracking pace. Well, he's certainly ridden this circuit many times. On the moment, but we definitely have Paul Hurry leading from Andrew Upperton in second. Andrew Whittaker is the rider in third place, who looks to be closing the gap on that second place. The second, we see the last battle really coming up. And Paul Hurry getting a cracking pace. Andrew Upperton can do nothing about it at the moment. Andrew Whittaker still there in third. Mark Giles is still holding that fourth place, but they really have got a big spread out. We'll see the checker car this time that top turn. And a terrific win to start the afternoon for Paul Hurry. Andrew Upperton in second. Andrew Whittaker in third. And Mark Giles in fourth. So, race 5 in your programme, it was the start of the Champion of Champions 500cc Solo, and a very impressive win for number 86, first time out, Paul Hurry. In second place, number 4, Andrew Upperton. In third place, number 171, Andrew Whittaker. Fourth place, number 26, Mark Giles. Fifth place, number 41, Stuart Mears. And sixth place, number 192, Paul Whitelam Jr. The winning time was 1:15.04, 1:15.04. So as we look to race 6, we stay with the 500 Solos. I think the pits are indicating that they're missing one rider. I can see a white helmet just by the sidecar start. Have they got a bike going? Yes, they have. Race 6 will have sat in the pits watching what had happened in that first race, seeing that Paul Hurry has set a cracking pace. It'll be interesting to keep an eye on the time in this one, because we see Ricky Sanford, Gary Parmenter, Alan Burdett, Charlie Powell, Zach Picnic and Charlie Saunders. So get up the road, the rest of the field will make a much better start than the rest of the field, and as they come round off that top turn, let's pick them up for you. And that is indeed number 109, Zach Picnic, our British Masters champion for this year, leads quite comfortably. Got a commanding lead already, and he looks to have got to grips with this circuit straight away. The challenge, if there's going to be one, is going to come from number 92, Charlie Powell. But Charlie's got a lot of work to catch up that. He's opened up now. That's terrific. A great British Masters final at GTSA, and a very deserved win. He was riding in the team long track at Vector in Germany last night. They travelled overnight to get here today. Damage. Absolutely terrific form. The first time this afternoon, lifts the front wheel in the air. Watch to see what sort of time he's put up. Colin Holmes, number 92, Charlie Powell. In third place, number... Oh, that's my lap scorers realised that two come across the line together. So, race 6 in your programme. First time out for these riders in the 500cc solo class. A win in very convincing form for 109. That's Zach Vickman. In second place, number 92, Charlie Powell. In third place, that third place is 125 Charlie Saunders, fourth place 04, fifth place 24 and sixth place 77, 115.63 as we're already over the page and into the third heat of the 500 solos. Results of race 6 when we have got the completion of race 7. Martin Sturgeon is setting the pace, and it's Martin Sturgeon that leads going around that bottom turn and up the back straight. He's certainly setting the pace. He's really away from the rest of the moment. Martin Sturgeon coming under pressure as he sees the last lap flag. And looking to try and get through on the inside is James Wright. Well, James has opted for that wide line on that pit bend. There's definitely two lines around that bottom there. James Wright goes through on the inside. So James Wright takes over the lead as he comes round off that last corner. The checkered flag will move him as he comes down. Martin Sturgeon, the early leader, finishes in second. And third place, Aaron Butcher. Fourth place, Rodney McDonald. So race 7, the 500cc Malcolm Smith Trophy solo competition. A win for number 69 in very convincing form. He had to fight his way through. Number 69 was James Wright. In second place, number 15, Martin Sturgeon. Third place, number 20, Aaron Butcher. Fourth place, number 14, Rodney McDonald. Fifth place, number 7, Nigel Coates. And sixth place, number 53, Jody Hodgson. The winning time was 114.43, as we've got 69, 15, 20, 13, 7 and 53. If you missed any of those in race 6, you should have had 109, 92, 125, 4, 24 and 77. And that winning time in race 6 was 115.63. Race 8 is already on the start line and we're with the 1000cc sidecars. And as they come past me for the first time, that looks like Mark Courtney has made the best of it as they go into that first turn. And he is passengered by Leon Brown, who's going to be a busy man this afternoon. Goes into that pit bend. He looks very, very quick and he looks like he's going to take some catching this afternoon. That's Mark Courtney that leads from Rob Wilson in second place. Rupert Bode and Ricky Pay sitting there in third at the moment. They've got the battles to fight off. Mark Courtney passed us for the second time. Very much in control. Rob Wilson and Terry Saunders still there in second place. Rupert Bode and Ricky Pay under pressure now as they go into that top bit. To go right on the outside of them. Not through, that's a quicker line going around that top bit. That's third place. As the last lap flag goes, Mark Courtney and Leon Brown look to be in terrific form as Rob Wilson and Terry Saunders have no answer to them at the moment. Amos. Third place, as we've lost number 22. Second flag goes for Mark Courtney. Rob Wilson that comes round and takes that second place. As third place goes to number 183, Ian Lee Amos and Kieran Ivey. So, race 8, the first of the 1000cc sidecars, their first outing this afternoon, and a very, very convincing win for number 37, Mark Courtney, and passenger for the afternoon, Liam Brown. In second place, number 24, Rob Wilson and Terry Saunders. In third place, number 183, Ian Lee Amos and Kieran Ivey. In fourth place, number 18, Mick Stace and Ryan Knowles. And fifth place, number 68, Dan Berwick and Josh Russell. The winning time was 132.54, 132.54, as we now turn our attention to the riders already making their way to the start line for race 9. So, I don't think we're very happy with that start. Well, one or two outfits being a bit temperamental by the look of it. Still waiting for one more to come in line. And it does look as if there's problems for a clutch start for one of our riders, so he's been allowed to join them now off the start line, and we've lost one at the start as well. So, chaos at the start, but we've got them underway. Quite what's happened to the outfit on the line, I do not know. Push that back to the pits, but I'm sure there's one outfit that won't mind what's been going on at the start, as he's got himself with a comfortable lead, and that is outfit number 80. Willoff and Steve Hargreaves. So John Hiscock is holding that second place to him at the moment, but Willoff and certainly making the best of that mix-up at the start. And he's got themselves the lead around the pit bend for the second time and up past us. Oh, Willoff and Steve Hargreaves looking comfortable. A good scrap going on for this second place as Matt Pandola has moved through now in the second spot in front of John Hiscock. And I don't think Paul Whitelam's running 100%. He looks to be coasting in that fourth place. He'll know the chance of scoring points, so he can just keep it going and pick up this fourth place. It might be enough at the end of the day to get him into a final. But as we see the last lap flag, maximum points are going to go to Willoff and Steve Hargreaves. Matt Pandola and Gareth Williams trying desperately to close that gap on them, but it's a big, big gap to close. And as we get into the last bend, Willoffen keeps it tight on that pit bend. Will it force Matt to go wide? Matt just follows him around and hangs on to that second place. Willoffen takes the win. Matt Pandola a lot closer, but he takes second. John Hiscock and Terry Madley finishing in third. Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott, as I say, look to be just coasting the bike round. Things not 100% for Paul Whitelam. Race 9 in the programme, and we got the result eventually. We got a win for number 80. That's Willoffen and Steve Hargreaves. Getting closer all the time, but finishing in second, number 15, Matt Marola and Gareth Williams. In third place, number 184, John Hiscock and Terry Madley. Fourth place, number 92, Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. The winning time was 139.21, 139.21. As the numbers you should have had were 80, 15, 184 and 92. Quickly pulling everybody back in line, so we should be underway. This is the first time out for Miles Simmons and Robbie Simmons, Clint Blundell, Neil Owen, Tom Coster and Simon Hill. Change in this one is Neville Penfold goes as number 2. And Tom Cossa it is that's made the best of those starts. Neil Owen is right there with him though as they go into that first turn. And come off that first turn, Neil Owen, I can see that's Miles Simmons that's moved through in third place. And it's getting very, very close for that second spot. Neil Owen with it at the moment. At the early lead with Tom Cossa and Wayne Rickards. As Neil Owen forces himself closer to Tom Cossa. It means that Miles Simmons got a bit more work to do to close that gap out from that second or third spot. Tom Cossa will have sat in the pits and watched Mark Cossa go, and he knows that he wants to get points and stay with him. So no changes at the moment. Unfortunately, Simon Hill missed the start, but he's got machinery up and running, got himself underway. But as we see the last lap flag being made ready, you can see that Tom Cossa and Wayne Rickards really do look as if they're enjoying this circuit. Neil Owen and Jason Farwell still there in second, and Miles Simmons sitting in third. Oh, there goes the checkered flag. This is race 10 in your programme. A good win for Tom Cossa, first time out. Neil Owen finishes in second, Miles Simmons finishes in third, and Clint Blundell finishing in fourth. So race 10 in your programme, and it's a win for number 29, and that is of course Tom Cossa and Wayne Rickards. In second place too are number 12, Neil Owen and Jason Farwell. In third place number 9, Miles Simmons and Robbie Simmons. Fourth place number 10, Clint Blundell and Kevin Bennett. In fifth place number 2, Neville Penfold, and in sixth place number 16, Simon Hill. The winning time 1:34.40, 1:34.40. As we now turn our attention back to the GT140s, and I thought they'd already be over there on the line. And an interesting clash in this one, because we've got number 51 Rob Fortune going again, but he's also going against number 63 Carl Russian that won the second race. So these two out together this time, and as they get underway and up the back straight, trying to get the power up. But as they come off that top bend, they really are locked together. Paul Smith is in there as well, number 9. Number 68 I can see is Chris Mackett. Well, he had a second first time out. And again, they're bunching up in that pit bend. So really, with everybody on the same sort of power, they're starting to sort themselves out. Paul Smith going wide as he comes down past me. He had a second, and you remember it was Carl Russian that just picked him in his first ride. But he's got pressure now from number 51, Rob Fortune. Just has the lead, but Paul Smith and Rob Fortune, both very experienced 500cc racers in their day, sorting themselves out as they come past me. Carl Russian now is going in on the act as well. The three of them almost together as they go around that pit bend and into the pit bend. Paul Smith is forced to go on a tight line on the inside. Now can he get the wheels in line quickly going up the back straight and get the power down? As Carl Russian takes the advantage and goes round the outside of him. And you might notice that when we come round that top bend, if you compare the racing style, they're really having to keep the drive on all the time. There's very little of back wheel drifting. And certainly an interesting class, and a great way to get youngsters started in the sport of grass track, because they're very, very inexpensive engines, and you can race on a fairly low budget. So race 11, our attention turned back to the GT140s. Well, second ride of the afternoon and second win for rider number 51, Red Fortune. In second place to him, number 9, that is our replacement Paul Smith coming in, and third place number 63, Carl Russian. In fourth place number 68, Chris Mackett. In fifth place number 305, Mark Collins. In sixth place number 41, Jed Rolfe. Seventh place 81. 8th place 22, 9th place 13, 10th place 27 and 11th place 19. 1:39.63 is the winning time, as we've already got race 12 out on the track and riders looking over their shoulder to see where everybody else is. We start with number 72, Sean Harvey, who's got the early lead. And Sean Harvey it is that we're used to seeing on 500cc sidecars having a go at the solos. I've certainly seen him on a solo machine, and I think he's lost that first place, but I'll check that for you as they come round. The three riders together as they come down past me. It is Kevin Bundock and Murray Collins that are fighting for that first place. There's three riders together as they go up that back straight. There's a little bit more power from the rider on the outside. He goes on a wide line, but is he being forced out as they come down past me? The three are almost together. Sean Harvey it is that's been forced to go on the outside. Kevin Bundock it is that's on the inside line. And Sean Harvey, who's used to coming around these sort of circuits, but in a very different way, on 500cc European style sidecars. But he's certainly making the best of it. Has he kept it tight? Has he forced Kevin to go wide? Indeed he has. He looks over his shoulder. He's coming from the other side. But the checkered flag goes, and it's Sean Harvey that takes the win. So, race 12, we're with the GT140s, and first win of the afternoon for number 72, Sean Harvey, but didn't he have to work for it? Number 56, Kevin Bundock, is in second place, and third place finishing number 88, Murray Collins. In fourth place, number 811, Glyn Stanton. Fifth place, number 7, Darren Sargent. Sixth place, number 77, Trevor Seward. And eighth place, number 8, Thomas Wilding. Eighth place, number 180. And the winning time was 1:39.53. 1:39.53. You should have had for race 12, 72, 56, 88, 811, 7, 77, 8 and 180. 1:39.53. And I know the last race was a little bit rushed giving you the results. Race 11 should have been 51, 9, 63, 68, 305, 41, 81, 22, 13, 27, 19, and a winning time of 1:39.63. So, nothing between those two times of those two races. As we now go over the page, and we see the new and old sidecars for the second time this afternoon. Mark Courtney had a win first time out, number 72, look for him. And Joe Mogg had a very good ride. Liam Brown and Chris Tyrrell. Oh, the starter moves away, up go the tapes, and we get underway with their second outing of the afternoon for the new and old sidecars. And it is Mark Courtney that gets himself underway. And I think that's Liam Brown that's pushing him in that second place. I'll pick that up for you as they come round past me, because there's certainly Mark Courtney that's got the best of it from the starts. And up past me for the second time, it is Liam Brown and Kieran Ivey that are sitting in that second place, and they're not letting them get away. So a good scrap between these two. The other two outfits have lost pace with them a little bit. All eyes, I'm sure, on these front two. So come past us for the second time. Still Mark Courtney and Liam Torres on the 500 Suzuki powered engine. Travelled all the way up from St Austell in Cornwall. And Liam Brown is sitting in second place with Kieran Ivey passengering for him. He's really not been able to close on Mark Courtney. As there's just one more lap to go for these two. And that looks like Joe Mogg and Joe Smith are hiding in that third place. Well, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of debates about this class that go on for a number of years, but it's great to see them out actually racing these outfits as the checker flag goes for the second time for Mark Courtney this afternoon. So, race 13 in your programme, the Old New Sidecars. Second win of the afternoon for outfit number 72, Mark Courtney and Liam Torres. In second place, number 48, Liam Brown and Kieran Ivey. In third place, number 98, Joe Mogg and Joe Smith. And in fourth place, number 169, Chris Tyrrell and Dylan Newton. The winning time, 148.82. 148.82. You should have had 72, 48, 98 and 169. So we look to race 14. We stay with the Old and New Sidecar format. And we see Gary Parmenter out for the second time this afternoon. He'll have had to sit in the pit box and watch Mark Courtney make it 2 out of 2. He'll certainly be trying to match them. Easily recognisable, those orange leathers on the outside of the gate by the look of it. And problems getting one outfit started. It looks like they've got it running. And I think that's possibly Mike Palmer that had problems getting the bike started. And as we get underway, Gary Parmenter has certainly made a very good start, but he's got an outfit on the inside of him. That is the outfit of number 4, Alan Burdett and Ray Andrews. So once again, Alan Burdett making a return to the sport after far too many years, but he's certainly getting that outfit out. Looks to be much quicker this time. As Gary Parmenter's not able to close the gap, but we've got to change into that third place as we pick them up for you this time as they come round. Alan Burdett setting the pace, Gary Parmenter chasing after him. There that is, Brian Hatch and Lewis Rawton, who are holding that third place. So will they push Gary Parmenter out? Certainly Brian Hatch is closing right up on Gary Parmenter now as they come off that pit turn. Gary Parmenter must be thinking that he can hear him. He knows he's close. Looking for a way through on the inside. Gary Parmenter closes the door. If he's going to get by, you've got to go a long way round. But it will be the last lap flag this time. So Brian Hatch forced to go a long way round, and he almost tipped it over then as he dived into that bottom turn, but he has taken the wider line, cuts back now on the inside and follows him round once again. Is he going to force a gap? But Gary Parmenter is determined to make sure as the two of them go down that back straight. Now this is where Brian Hatch looked a little bit quicker last time. He's gone a long way round. He's gone for a wide line on that pit bend. It's going to be a race to the line. It's going to be close between these two, and as they come to the line, he's done enough. Brian Hatch gets that second place. Gary Parmenter, I'm sure, will be disappointed. He held him off for 4 laps and just got pipped at the post. So race 14, the Old New Sidecars out for the second time this afternoon, and a win for number 4, Alan Burdett and Ray Andrews. In second place, number 69, Brian Hatch and Lewis Rawton. In third place, number 18, Gary Parmenter and Michael Tottman. Fourth place, number 46, Mike Palmer and Wayne Powell. The winning time, 1:53.03. 1:53.03. So we now turn our attention back to race 15, and it's 500cc solos, champion of champions, and we see in action having a win first time out of very convincing form, number 109, Zach Picnic. Can anybody stop him? Charlie Powell was close to him, number 92, Andrew Whittaker was in there with decent scoring. James Wright, number 69, keep your eye on him as they get underway, and very, very quickly they go up the back straight. Starting to sort themselves out as they go into that first turn. And coming down past me for the first time, we've got a lead with number 69, James Wright, so he has made the best of the starts. So we're looking for Zach back in third place at the moment, but we'll check that for as they come down past me for the second time. James Wright it is that's setting the pace. Charlie Powell it is that's in second, but Zach Picnic is the one in third who's close right up to the back wheel of Charlie Powell. As he goes up that back straight, he's looking to go on a wide line on that top bend. He's gone very, very wide right out on the green grass. And he gets himself back on the racing line. It means that James Wright has had it very much all his own way as he's get that early lead, and he's maintained it as he goes up the back straight. Up to the lead from Charlie Powell in second. Sitting in third. Holds a much tighter line this time as he comes round that top bend. Checkered flag goes, and it's a good win for James Wright. So, race 15 in your programme. For those of you who keep your programmes 100%, we've had a win for number 69, James Wright. In second place too, number 92, Charlie Powell. In third place, number 109, Zach Picnic. In fourth place, number 171, Andrew Whittaker. Fifth place, number 17, Gareth Hickmott. Fifth place, number 53, Jody Hodgson. And seventh place, number 77. The winning time was 1:16.60, 1:16.60. You should have had for race 15, 69, 92, 109, 171, 17, 53, 77, and a winning time of 1:16.60. So we get underway already with race 16. Stay with the 500 Solo champion of champions, and I think that's Andrew Appleton has made the best of the starts. He's holding a tight line on that top bend, but he's got a rider going around the outside of him. That is number 15, Martin Sturgeon, who had a very good ride first time out. And he's got himself to the front. Andrew Appleton closes up there as he comes out of that bottom bend. He does look quicker going up that back straight, and he dives into the top bend. Has he got too much speed on? Will he go wide? Martin Sturgeon holds it tight on the inside of him. The two come down past me together, but Andrew Appleton has got the lead. Bit of a gap back to Rodney McDonald in that third place, but all amazed, I'm sure, on those front two. As Martin Sturgeon made a very, very good attempt to get the lead in that first heat, but Andrew Appleton's certainly taken over and he goes into the last lap leading from Martin Sturgeon in second place. Rodney McDonald sitting in third and Ricky Sanford holding fourth. Stuart Mears in fifth place at the moment. But once Andrew Appleton has got himself to the front, he really has set the pace once again and he sees the checkered flag already. Martin Sturgeon finishing in second. Rodney McDonald third and Ricky Stanford in fourth. So race 16, the result in the 500cc Solo Champion of Champions was a win. His first of the afternoon for number 4, Andrew Appleton. In second place, number 15, Martin Sturgeon. In third place, number 14, Rodney McDonald. Fourth place is 04, Ricky Sanford. In fifth place, number 41, Stuart Mears. And sixth place, number 192, Paul Whitelam Jr. The winning time, 1:16.56, 1:16.56. Number-wise, you should have had 4, 15, 14, 04, 41, 192, and the winning time, 1:16.56. So race 17, and we see Paul Hurry and Mark Giles out for the second time with Charlie Saunders, and an additional rider of this one is number 7, Nigel Coates. So we've been underway, this is race 17 in your programme. Made a very good start once again and gets himself up into the front. Holds it tight on that first bend. He's keeping an excellent line coming out of that first bend. And it means that Mark Giles has got to do the chasing. Aaron Butcher is the rider in third spot at the moment. There's a change for third place as we look up the back straight. Paul Hurry setting the pace once again. Holds a very good line coming out of that top bend. He's very quick, lifts the bike in the air as he comes past me. Mark Giles under pressure from Aaron Butcher. With Adam Filmer, the rider in fourth place at the moment. Want to make sure he doesn't lose contact with those riders in front of him. He's going to go battle the contenders in that fourth place. As already we see the last lap flag being made ready and Paul Hurry lifts his bike in the air. He's obviously enjoying himself this afternoon as Mark Giles is still there in second. Aaron Butcher still holding third. There's a change for that fourth place, but I think they're going to have to go some to catch those early leaders. As Paul Hurry comes off that top bend, looks behind him, knows there's nobody anywhere near him, takes the checkered flag. That's 2 rides and 2 wins for Paul Hurry. Mark Giles finishes in second. Aaron Butcher finishes in third, and I think that was Charlie Saunders that finished in fourth. So, race 17, fast and furious and an excellent win for number 86, Paul Hurry. In second place, number 26, Mark Giles. In third place, number 20, Aaron Butcher. In fourth place, number 25, Charlie Saunders. And fifth place, number 24, Adam Filmer. Sixth place, number 7, Nigel Coates. 1:16.04, 1:16.04. 86, 26, 20, 25, 24 and 7. And you might be wondering, if you keep your points charts 100%, what our lap scorers have decided to do is score Charlie Saunders as riding number 25. He is in your programme as 125, but for your points it's number 25. If you don't want to worry about the points, then don't worry, because the lap scorers will tally all the points up after the leg rides, work out who it is that goes in the A's and B finals. And if you haven't read your programme, not to worry, I will try and keep you up to speed, because what happens is once they've decided who goes in the A final, they leave 2 places and the rest of the riders below them go into the B final. The first and second over the line in the B finals take those 2 places in the A final. So lots to come later on, and it will be first past the post that takes the win. So we only score the points during the leg rides to decide who it is that goes in the finals. The sidecar start being made ready as we move to race 18. And quickly I can see that Tom Cossa and Will Offen go in this one. They both had wins first time out. Also on the line with them, Dan Berwick, Simon Hill, Clint Blondell and Gary Shearer. Starters move away, the tapes go up, and as they come down past me for the first time, who's made the best of it? It is Will Offen. Oh, Will Offen goes, no, is it? As they change going into that first turn, problems for Will Offen, but he sits back in third. As you can see, Tom Cossa has seen what's going on in front of him. As two outfits got tangled with each other, Tom Cossa has gone all the way around the outside and got himself to the front going into this pit bend for the first time. And up past me goes Tom Cossa, leading. And it was Gary Shearer that's having that tussle with Will Offen. He goes a little bit wide on that top bend. Will Offen trying to find a way through, but no way through at the moment as Gary Shearer and Ryan Barker hold that second. But while those two have been battling, you can see that Tom Cossa has got a long way away. Will Offen is holding a much, much tighter line. Gary Shearer electing to go quite wide on the bends. And just as I say that, there was a nice tight line on that top bend and goes down the back straight, looking very comfortable in that second place. But as the last lap flag is made ready, Tom Cossa is looking at making it 2 out of 2. Gary Shearer still holding second, Will Offen still there in third. But as the checker flag's being made ready, changes for that third place, but we watch the lead come round and Tom Cossa make it 2 out of 2. He takes the checkered flag. Gary Shearer again going wide, but he crosses the line in second. Will Offen gets that third, and Clint Blondell holding fourth. So, race 18 in your programme. It was second leg rides for the sidecars and second time out, second win for outfit number 29, Tom Cossa and Wayne Rickards. 29 it is that goes in first place, second place to them, number 8, Gary Shearer and Ryan Barker. Third place, number 80, Will Offen and Steve Hargreaves. Fourth place, number 10, Clint Blondell and Kevin Bennett. Fifth place, number 68, Dan Berwick and Josh Russell. The winning time was 1:33.97, 1:33.97. Number only, you should have had 29, 8, 80, 10 and 68. As we go over the page and not ignoring the adverts that are in the programme, our support from these companies is invaluable to keep the sport going. If you ever have a chance to use any of these sponsors, don't be frightened to tell them that you saw them in the programme of the Champion of Champions. So we stay with the 1000cc sidecars. So underway we go with race 19. Miles Simmons has made a good start. I can see Neil Owen is tucked in behind him. In that second place, we've got an outfit on the outside of Neil Owen, but it is Miles Simmons that's throwing the dirt up and he looks comfortable. Well, as they come round past me for the second time, it's Matt Van Roller, I should say. Well, I do apologise, but I'm looking in my programme seeing that Miles Simmons should be going in the next race, and it is Matt Van Roller that's making the best of it. Oh, there was debate during the week whether Matt was going to be fit enough to ride, and he looks to be fit enough this afternoon as he looks to be very much in control of this one. Neil Owen is the rider in second, Ian Leamis holding third place. And good to see that Will Penfold and Ricky Poe have got the machinery going again. So look to the far side. Matt Van Roller and Gareth Williams that come round off that pit bend. See the last lap flag. It must be hearing that V-twin Godden of Neil Owen and Jason Farwell behind them, but at the moment it's not catching. There's problems once again for Will Penfold as he slows past me. As we look to the pit bend, it is Matt from Roller and Gareth Williams that come towards the line and take the checker flag. Maximum points for them. Neil Owen and Jason Farwell finish in second. Ian Lee Amos and Kieran Ivey finish in third. So, race 19 in your programme, and a very good win for number 15, that is the outfit of Matt Camola and Gareth Williams. In second place, number 12, Neil Owen and Jason Farwell. In third place, number 183, Ian Lee Amos and Kieran Ivey. And fourth place, number 184, John Hiscock and Terry Madley. The winning time was 135.24, 135.24. So if you missed any of those, it should have been 15, 12, 183 and 184. As we now look to race 20. And we perhaps will see Miles Simmons this time coming out. Joined on the line by Mick Stace, Rob Wilson, Mark Courtney and Paul Whitelam. So problems at the start line, but we do get underway with Mark Courtney braking very quickly into that first turn. So I think we've lost one of our outfits in this one, but there's no problem for Mark Courtney as he's going down the back straight and into that pit bend. He looked very, very quick indeed. He's got the measure of this circuit as he comes past us for the second time. Liam Brown it is that's passenger M. Rob Wilson is the outfit that's trying to close on him. Mick Stace holding third at the moment, and perhaps a good scrap going on for that third place, but I can only marvel at the speed of Mark Courtney. He looks to have got the measure of this circuit. Liam Brown working hard on the back of that outfit, getting every ounce of drive they possibly can as they come out of the bends. Rob Wilson with no answer to Mark Courtney at the moment, but he's sitting there comfortably in second place. Mick Stace is in third place, but Neville Penfold, who's the addition to the programme, is holding fourth place. Just one more lap to go. We'll just keep our eyes on the clock with Mark Courtney and Liam Brown. Well, I wonder if when we get to that final, whether it's going to be a clash between Mark Courtney and Tom Courtney. Just as I'm seeing what's happening a bit further down the field, I can see that Paul Whitelam has moved through, but that bike doesn't look anywhere near as quick as we used to see for Whitelam. Checker flag goes to Mark Courtney. Rob Wilson takes second place. Mick Stace coming across the line for third place, and Paul Whitelam it is that gets fourth. So, race 20 in your programme, and I'm sure you've already got number 37 in first place. A very convincing win from Mark Cotter and Liam Brown. In second place, two of them though, Rob Wilson and Terry Saunders. Third place, number 18, Mick Stace and Ryan Knowles. In fourth place, number 92, Paul Whitelam and Terry Saunders. And fifth place, number 2, that's Miles Simmons and Kevin Jones. The winning time, 132.86. 132.86.
And he also was a country and western singer as well, correct?
You could say that. Your cheating heart will make you weep. You cry and cry and try to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole night through. Your cheating heart will tell on you. Thank you.
Well, Reg, that was great. In here, they were giving you a round of applause, and I can tell that you were all around the arena there. They would have heard you singing your country music, because this is going out to everybody out there.
I didn't know.
Yeah, not just singing to me. No, you're not just singing here in the marquee. Everybody's hearing you out there singing.
I'm sorry about that.
So, any more restorations? Because last time I was down here, we had one of your bikes on the trailer, didn't we?
That's right, yes. Graham bought it from a chap that had it for many years. And then Graham had it stove enamelled and chromium plated, and it looks a true treat. It looks better than when I ever had it.
So, do you still get to much racing these days?
No, not really. I do most of my racing in my lounge. I have a PlayStation.
PlayStation? You come into the modern world.
That's right. And I do a lot of rallying.
You did go to Spain for a while, didn't you?
I went to Spain for 14 years, but now I live in Tenerife and I've been there for 22 years.
And you've come over specially today to see the Grasstrack?
No, I just come over on holiday.
No, that's not the right answer.
No, I know.
Tell us about your days riding on the Grastracks. Any fond memories from those days?
Oh, yes, it'd take you all day to tell you all those. But Grasstrack in my days was absolutely fabulous for us old boys. And, it's got bigger and bigger and bigger. And you got European Championships racing in England today. It's wonderful. We didn't used to do that in my days.
No, I think the first one was 1978, which was probably about 12 years after your best, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah, I started back in 1957.
You started in 1957, but you were still going strong right through the 60s on the grass, and of course Wimbledon Speedway as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had 10 years at Wimbledon, and a couple of years at New Cross, and a couple of years at West Ham, and a couple of years down country down at Southampton.
But you never neglected Grasstrack, which was great.
No, fortunately I had two sponsors on the Grasstrack for many years. Old Dave Spain, he was a very great man to look after my bikes. And then Fred Jarvis, and he had the fish and chip shops in Sittingbourne, and he loved his Grasstrack and he loved his football. He said, follow Gillingham.
Am I right in saying when you were at Bresnet, you had your own track there?
No, that was at Betherston.
Oh, right,
yeah. At Benzie, I had a pub.
I knew that stuck in my mind.
Yes, we had a pub for 4 years. A friend of mine owned a pub, and I thought, hey, that's good business. I like to have a pub, so I thought one day I'll buy one, so I did.
You certainly have an incredible life, all the things you've done then.
Oh, yes. I raced all over the world. Back in 1958, I went to South America, Gracchus. I was there for 9 weeks racing.
What's your fondest memory from those days gone by?
Oh, it's too many to remember. Rhodes Menace brings back a lot of good memories. I had some really wonderful races with Alf Hagen and Don Godden, Barry Briggs, and of course Björn Knudsen. Björn Knudsen and I, we had one of the best races you'd ever seen. And when we came back, Darky Blackford, the chairman, said, go round on the pickup and a lap of honour. So we did, and everybody was suiting, and we got back and he said, do another lap of honour. So we did 2 laps of honour.
Of course, for those who don't know, younger people here, Knudsen was the 1965 World Speedway Champion.
Yeah, yes, he was a very good Speedway rider and a very good Grasstrack rider. And I raced with him at Southampton for a couple of years and also at West Ham with him. And we used to travel together, and in those days, the team, when we used to go up country, we used to travel together in our separate cars in a convoy, and we used to pull in at a restaurant and we have a wonderful meal and all that, wonderful times.
Well, including Barry Briggs. I thought he was was careful with his money.
Barry was very careful with his money, but he was a good old boy.